the Stoic art of humility. Imagine having immense power, wisdom, or fame, yet choosing silence over pride, restraint over recognition. That's the Stoic art of humility. In an age of ego, outrage, and endless self-promotion, the ancient Stoics had a radical answer. Don't boast, don't chase praise, don't even need to be seen. Be excellent, and let your excellence be enough. Today we dive deep into what it means to live humbly like a Stoic. Not as weakness, but as strength disguised in simplicity. Not passivity, but precision. Get ready to rethink humility, from Marcus Aurelius to modern life. Chapter 1. Stoicism's view on ego. The Stoics believed ego is the enemy, not just a distraction, but a destroyer of inner peace. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Craving attention, validation, status, these are chains we build for ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the Roman world, constantly reminded himself, "You are just a soul carrying a corpse." If a Roman emperor could resist ego, so can we. Humility was not about shrinking oneself. It was about seeing clearly. Seeing your role, your mortality, your limits. Chapter 2. False humility versus true humility. Modern culture has confused humility with insecurity. True Stoic humility isn't saying, "I'm nothing." It's knowing, "I don't need to prove anything." Epictetus said, "If someone speaks ill of you, don't defend yourself. If it's true, change. If it's false, ignore it." That's humility, not reaction, but reason. False humility hides pride beneath fake modesty. True humility is rooted in strength, silence, and clarity. It doesn't demand attention because it doesn't need it. Chapter 3. The strength in humility. Humility is often mistaken for weakness, but in Stoicism, it is armor. Think of Cato the Younger, who wore the same simple clothes despite his rank. Or Marcus Aurelius, who walked among soldiers, spoke gently, and slept on a cot. They weren't acting humble, they were being themselves. Why? Because they knew reality doesn't care about your titles. Death comes for emperors and beggars alike, so does pain, failure, and time. The Stoic, humbled by nature, becomes unbreakable by ego. Chapter 4. Practicing humility. Today, you don't need to live in ancient Rome to practice humility. Here's how you can live this art daily. 1. Don't advertise your success. 1. Let your results speak. 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. 2. Choose simplicity to remember what matters. 3. Seek to listen more than speak. 3. As Epictetus said, nature gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. 4. Journal your flaws. 4. Be brutally honest with yourself, not to shame, but to grow. 5. Avoid virtue signaling. 5. Do good quietly. 5. Let your character be known without your narration. 6. Admit when you're wrong. 6. Correct yourself with grace, not defensiveness. 7. Learn from everyone. 7. Even those beneath you know things you don't. 8. Resist comparison. 8. Measure your progress against yesterday, not someone else's highlight reel. Each act of humility strips away ego and builds character. Chapter 5. Humility as a tool for leadership. In today's world, leadership is often confused with charisma and dominance. But Stoicism teaches us the opposite. A leader is one who serves, not shines. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." He led by example, calmly, consistently, and with immense responsibility. A humble leader listens, learns, and lifts others. They don't demand loyalty, they earn respect. They don't hide flaws, they grow from them. Humility is not weakness in leadership, it's the source of credibility. Chapter 6. The counterculture of humility. We live in a culture of broadcast. Everyone speaking, few listening. Everyone showing, few reflecting. Stoic humility is the counterculture. To live humbly is revolutionary. It's walking away from applause. It's working without validation. It's having power and choosing not to flaunt it. It's radical stillness in a world addicted to reaction. Radical clarity in a world addicted to noise. To be stoically humble is to walk through the chaos with quiet dignity. Final reflection. So the next time you feel the urge to brag, to react, to prove something, stop. Ask yourself, who am I trying to impress and why? Be like Marcus. Be like Epictetus. Be like the rock that waves crash against, unmoved. Not because the world sees you, but because you see yourself clearly. That's the Stoic art of humility.